Hello! This is the Pulsar X2 Medium Red. I believe this is the second rendition of their first release of the X2 model, and it seems like they have changed a couple of things, and they are good changes at that. All in all, I love everything I see about this mouse. Disassembly is easy on the X2, but definitely keep in mind of the ribbon cable that attaches the side buttons and the DPI status LED to the main board. Everything in the X2 can be disassembled and clean, which is great news. The quick thing about the X2 is that Pulsar decided to add stickers to act as a type of dampener. Definitely a good idea to add to mice with grinding issues like the AirX3 wireless and also the G305. In my previous video about the AirX3, you can see that I've added Vaseline to act as some sort of a bearing grease for the grinding sensation that I have. Pulsar had shown me that you can add soft adhesive materials between plastic moving parts to help with the grinding. We'll definitely do a video about that in the future. These stickers exist at the end of the paddle not only to prevent plastic from hitting one another, but also reduces the post-travel too. With a quick closer look, there's also these stickers at the bottom of the paddle guides too. I think this is a very cool change. The battery location definitely throws the weight more closer to the rear. It's leaning towards the rear of the mouse, and while it's not a big problem, one could definitely shift it and move it towards the center. Since the mouse has no holes like the Model O or the AirX3 or Final Mouse, light would not be affecting the sensor. Therefore, there's no plastic covering that would affect you relocating your batteries. Another quick thing about the main board is you could see what kind of original switch they intended to use for the middle clicks. You could still see the allocated space for the common micro switch, but now they changed it to the square switch. I personally love this because I could just install common micro switches, which I have a lot, as opposed to the square ones. So for the Pulsar X2, I did get this off market, so the scroll wheel encoder is busted. However, I do have an upcoming video to showcase, instead of trying to solder new encoders, you could definitely do that. What you could do in case where you don't have any encoders, you could just disassemble it, clean the rotating contacts, and then reassembling it, and it should work very well. However, the process will be meant for non-seal scroll encoders, and not the ones with dustproof covers on. Side buttons are switches with right angle connection joints. Repairing them does require cutting of the soldering joints. It's not super difficult, but it does require a little bit more effort. It's an understandable choice as it shortens the clearance needed for the LED and the light display rod. Ultimately, the Pulsar X2 is very easy to fix, and many of its components have easy access and not hiding behind intricate plastics. The shell is easy to detach, and all of the parts are obvious to disassemble, no hidden screws or compartments, and I would say this is a very good mouse for repairing or modding enthusiasts. The implementation of the KL 8.0s does feel better somehow on this than older mice like the G305, and also the AirX3. I suspect it might be the small dampeners that was installed in front of the paddles and underneath the paddle guide. It's a small but positive and effective change for the user experience. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Cheers!